What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to take a different angle looking at Justice League. This will probably be a shorter video. I want to talk about Mera's accent and why, in God's name, that was in the movie. So I've praised this movie quite a bit. I've done reviews of it. We've talked about sequels to this movie, so I am very positive on it. But do not get it confused. I am pro a certain Pirates actor, okay, Jack Sparrow, let's just say, in case this video gets demonetized or something stupid. And I'm very, very much anti Amber Heard, okay? So just so you guys kind of know where I stand going into it. So, I don't look at her in a good light when it came to Aquaman. I don't look at her in a good light when it comes to rewatching the 2017 Justice League, which I did leading into this, and then watching this. I mean, I wasn't looking forward to it. I mean, yes, her powers are cool and stuff like that. Like, Mera still can be a cool character, but I'm just not at all happy with Amber Heard. I don't think she's a good actress whatsoever. Her in the and this, by the way, is going to contain spoilers, okay? So spoilers here. Her nightmare sequence scene at the end of the movie, I mean, just did not need to happen at all. But the weirdest thing was that she had a British accent. Now, hearing it, I was like, oh, wait a sec. And like, this is literally my brain process. So when she first started talking, I was like, wait, did she have that accent the whole time? Because I don't remember. I was like, did she actually have that? And I was like, wait, no, she never had that accent. She was American. She had an American accent. So like, where did this accent come from? I know there's some people saying that there were hints that she had this accent in Josh Whedon's version, but it wasn't like very heavy, and they obviously made it much more heavy here, and then obviously it's non-existent whatsoever in Aquaman. Here's the deal. It does a couple of different things. Number one, it's just flat out not necessary. I will say, well, I like Zack Snyder, and I love the fact that he got to tell his vision, and I actually really enjoy Justice League. This was something that just flat out didn't need to happen, because yeah, you may not want to think too hard about how all these movies connect, because when you introduce Wonder Woman in 1984, really no other movie literally makes sense, because every time you mention, oh, she's been in hiding forever, well, no, actually everybody on planet Earth should know who she is, and Steve Trevor and all that stuff. So like 1984 really ruined continuity, I would say. And then the Aquaman movie is a little weird when you put it into context with this movie. I think Zack Snyder's version is a lot better, because it does set up way more what's going to happen and what he's struggling with. So like, I'm giving, all of these things I'm giving credit to. But then it's like, well, Aquaman happens right after it, and she doesn't have an accent, and she does here. So like, it's just flat out unnecessary, and it's just bad. It is flat out. It's like you can't do. I'm sorry, Amber Heard. You cannot do a British accent. So that was completely. And I'm not saying it was. Well, I would like to just say everything's her fault. I don't think really anybody would have that big of a problem with it. But in reality, she probably didn't. I mean, I don't think she came up with that. I don't think she came and said, "Hey, you know what, Zach? It'd be really cool if I was just British for just a few days." And he's like, "Well, you could be British for the entire movie. Let's just put you in." I don't really think that happened. Clearly, that was a decision probably above her, which again doesn't make sense. Now, again, short video. I do want to say one last thing. This is not like a confirmed thing. This is honestly not even the reason why. I don't believe this, okay? But I do want to just float it out there into existence, because maybe it's possible. Maybe Emilia Clarke, if you guys didn't know, she is British. So maybe this is some sort of really complex plot to make her British, and then maybe you're supposed to forget in Aquaman she's American, and then Aquaman 2, she goes back to being British, and it's Emilia Clarke. I've said this before, I am so against cancel culture and just always I'm against firing, with one exception: fairness. So Johnny Depp was fired from Pirates. Johnny Depp was fired from playing Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts 3. I don't think he should have been fired. I don't think Amber Heard should be fired. But in a fair and just world, and I get all the court case win her way, all that stuff. I mean, that's just all garbage, and we can go down that route, and I have gone down that route in other videos. She should be fired. She should be fired from her roles as well. So maybe this is Zack doing something insanely elaborate and saying, well, we're going to recast. And I don't know how much pull he has in Aquaman 2, so none of it really makes all that much sense. But maybe it's like, hey, Emilia, she is British. maybe if we start making her sound British and then we swap actresses that kind of resemble each other a little bit, but not really. But then obviously there's a lot of better chemistry between Jason Momoa and Emilia Clarke. Maybe it'll be easier to swallow because we changed their accent. You see what I'm coming from? So, like, it's laughable, it's weird, but it's just something I found totally... there were a couple things, and I've said this before, there were a couple scenes I think you didn't necessarily need to have. Slow-mo. I actually do like slow-mo overall, but you didn't need to have slow-mo in certain parts. So, but like some of those things you can like clip out. The having her speak in a British accent just was flat out. You didn't need to do that. It was flat out not necessary. So I don't know what they were going for there. Again, I guess you could argue that he wanted to restore this to his 2017 version of it, and in that version he wanted her to be British, and then Aquaman, that was up to them, and so you can maybe look at James Wan and say, okay, well, why did you change it from British to American? But in reality, again, if you want them to feel connected, which you really should for these kind of movies, I get that you don't have to think about them too hard, or maybe you don't want to, but I mean, you probably, as Zack Snyder, if you're trying to build this universe out, and again, I get that he's not connected in every single way with all these movies, but it would probably be best to say, okay, well, and you brought her back for reshoots, so it's like, well, in Aquaman, you don't have an accent. In 2017's Justice League, I personally didn't hear an accent. Maybe if I go watch it again with, the mindset of, okay, maybe it's very, very, like, it's a very quiet accent, it's very thin, maybe I would hear it then, but it's like, all those versions didn't have it. Why would you suggest or bring in, hey, do a British accent? So, very odd, very, very odd. And anytime I have an opportunity to go after her in some way, or kind of, not go after her, because I'm not for attacking, I'm for fairness. So, again, she should be fired, and that's pretty much all I have to say. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think. Were you caught off guard by her accent as well? Do you think she should be recasted in Aquaman 2? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you guys know when all these videos go up. As I've said, I've made a lot of Justice League videos already. We're going to be continuing and talking a little bit more about the movie and future things as well. And so I hope to see you guys on the next video.